Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're going to give it a few minutes here as people arrive, and then we'll get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're here to learn about the TikTok Shop partnership opportunities, then you're in the right spot. We'll get started in a few minutes. Maybe one more minute here. If my crew online wants to give me a thumbs up when we think we're ready, we'll take it away. Couple people still coming in. Okay, 3 minutes after the hour. We'll go ahead and get started then. Sound good, Alana?
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right, great. Well, hey, everyone. I'm JP Stoops, and I lead our App Store team here at TikTok Shop.
I'm Alana Essig. I lead the service provider team here at TikTok Shop.
Perfect. So we're excited to talk to you today about commerce partnerships on TikTok. And before I start, just a bit of housekeeping. First, we'll be doing some polling questions, so please stay engaged. If you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to type them in. We've got team members online who will write back, and otherwise we'll look to answer as many questions as we can at the end of the presentation. Finally, we will be sharing this deck after the presentation. Great, so we're gonna go and get started right into the content here. So in this first chapter, I'll take you through the rise of TikTok Shop. The TikTok Made Me Buy It was a commerce phenomenon that started on TikTok, resulting in many examples of products going viral. We feel very fortunate to have over 170 million monthly active users in the US who are actively discovering, shopping, and buying on TikTok. We've reshaped how people discover, search, and shop. Traditionally, many of us are accustomed to searching for products online. On TikTok, each person's For You feed is a bit different and personalized to the content you enjoy. So by introducing shopping into the experience, users are discovering products. And in these ways, we're driving incremental GMV for brands as the point of discovery. We call this discovery commerce. So in this regard, TikTok is driving commerce everywhere, at retail, online, and what we're excited to speak with you about today within the app on TikTok Shop. So if you're not familiar, TikTok Shop is part of our full set of commerce solutions that work together to maximize sales. So you have users discovering products on TikTok that lead to a seamless checkout on TikTok. That shoppable content can be promoted with ads to boost sales, and brands have seen growth in GMV both on and off TikTok. Just to be clear, so everyone here knows what we're talking about when we're speaking about TikTok Shop, there are 4 native ways users can browse and buy products in-app. We have shoppable videos, a shop page connected to that brand or the creator's profile, live, shop tab, which is more of a traditional marketplace where users discover product. So go ahead, open up your TikTok app. You'll see right there at the top next to the For You page, is the Shop tab. These are our native shopping solutions that are only available if brands are on TikTok Shop, which drives to our product detail page and a seamless checkout on TikTok. All right, so we've come to our first poll. We know that there's a variety of partner types out there, and many of you have likely worked with us across the marketing side of the house, or many of you are currently working with us on the shop side. So let's pull up the poll here, Greg. How many of you currently work with us in some capacity? Looks like I need to vote too to see the results. Oh, this is great. I love this. Okay, so we have a real mix of you here, and we're excited to see this. So this leads naturally to our next section. In this section, we'll dive into how partners help brands on TikTok Shop. So for those of you who are supporting brands on TikTok Shop, which I saw there were quite a few of you, you know that there's a lot of jobs to be done. Brands and sellers need to set up or sync their catalog. They need to fulfill orders. They need to answer customer inquiries. And they need to think about how to create content among many, many other things. I think it's helpful to pause for a moment and give a bit of history on our partner journey to date. The start for TikTok Shop in the US was the fall of 2023. And when I go back further, our ads business really only started in 2020. So we're a 5-year-old company in that regard. And many of you were part of that partner journey, which helped brands bring and create content. Since the launch of TikTok Shop, our focus has been on supporting merchants with their core operations. My team launched the TikTok Shop App Store and integrations with partners like Shopify, WooCommerce, and Salesforce. We also have integrations with many leading multi-channel platforms like Channel Advisor, now known as Rhythm. We've launched integrations with customer service apps like Zendesk, review syndication apps like Yotpo, among many, many others. During this time, the ecosystem of service partners has also become critical in supporting with services to help sellers and brands run their operations, create content, run live streams, among many other things. We now have over 230 apps and hundreds of service partners that are supporting sellers with core operations. Over 70% of our daily GMV is now driven through a seller that's connected to an app or an integration. So we feel good about where we are. And if you have brands that are ready to onboard or connect from 0 to 1, this motion is in a pretty good place. I'll pass it to Alana, who will speak a bit more about this and go deeper into where we want to focus today, and that is to help sellers go from 1 to 10. Alana?
Thanks, JP. I think it's really important for us to look at the merchant journey on TikTok Shop. And as JP mentioned earlier, we are very different than other traditional marketplaces, which might be extremely search-driven. If you look at the first 2 sections of the merchant journey, onboarding and managed shop, it's all about making sure that we are operationally excellent and ready with right PDP pages, inventory, all those basics that traditional marketplaces are really crucial to excel at. But what makes TikTok Shop very different, especially as we go into year 2, is the grow and amplify section of the merchant journey. In these 2 sections, we are really focused on how partners could enable us to grow incremental GMV further through content, which makes us different from other marketplaces, and amplified with ads. Shoppable video. When you're looking at your For You page, affiliate content through creators, live shopping, and all of that customer engagement that happens through content is where we see conversion, and we could amplify it further with ads. Partners of every kind, both technology partners and service providers, are how we will expand our grow and amplify journey for our merchants on the platform today. So another poll, we would love to know, what type of agency or partner do you consider yourself? Please answer it. We know how diverse our ecosystem is, and we'll look at the results. Okay, this is great. We'll give everyone another minute. So we're almost evenly split across all of the different advertiser types, which is amazing. So if we see all of our different backgrounds here between social media, marketing agencies, traditional advertising agencies, affiliate, influencer, all of these different terms, the commonality across all of these partners is that they're engaging in social commerce. So we'll move on from here, because it's so crucial to know that no matter your background and what you traditionally bucket yourself in, there's one unified marketing strategy to really engage in TikTok Shop. And when we look at where we were, let's say even 5 years ago or 3 years ago, before TikTok Shop launched, everything was about awareness. Everything was about engagement. But TikTok Shop allows that closed loop native checkout within platform, and allows true performance and attribution for the first time within our app. This is why every single partner to us, whether you're technology, advertising, already an e-commerce partner, it's crucial to look at how all of those 170 million monthly active users are able to convert to be customers on TikTok Shop, and our platform allows this for the first time. And when we look at our partner ecosystem at a glance, like we saw before, even today with over 200 apps and over 500 service providers, no matter what kind of partner you are, there is a spot for you in our ecosystem. Whether you traditionally create content for TikTok, or you already service other marketplaces, maybe you already spend ads on our platform or develop technology for our platform or other marketplaces as well, there's a spot for you, especially related to the creator space, which we'll get into in a minute. The background of working with creators is crucial, and working with brands and creators to drive conversion with influencer management agencies also see a home with our ecosystem as well. So no matter where you saw yourself before, TikTok Shop has a home for you in our partner ecosystem. And all of that is to say that whether you provide technology or you provide a service or you do both, we want to work with you, and we'll find the right place for you within our partner ecosystem today.
Perfect. Thanks, Alana. Okay, so hopefully you're tracking along with us here. TikTok Shop is here and should be a key part of your holistic commerce strategy. Some of you work with us as partners on the ad side, and some of us on the shop. Of course, many of you also support clients on other platforms. Before I get into the various partner types, I want to double down on one thing that makes TikTok different and impacts the needs for brands and merchants selling on TikTok, and that is our creators. So let's take another poll. How many of you work with creators or influencers? We'll get that poll up here. There we are. All right, a lot of people so far who have responded. It's evening out. Okay, it started off a lot of creators and influencers. Looks like about so far 64% of you work with creators and influencers, and the balance of 36 are not working with creators and influencers. That's okay. There's opportunities, as Alana said, to support merchants and sellers in a variety of ways. But a key on TikTok are our creators. And so I want to double down on that. So as I say, a key to success for sellers on TikTok is working with creators through our affiliate program. I think it's important to highlight here how this can work. In TikTok Shop Seller Center, sellers can expose their products to creators in our affiliate center through either a target or an open plan. So target plans allow merchants to select specific creators to sell their products, while an open plan makes the products available to all creators with the ability for merchants to approve the creator. In either instance, the seller can choose the commission based on how much they're willing to pay. When the transaction happens, TikTok collects the order and facilitates that multi-party settlement to both the creator and the seller. So in this way, creators are key to helping sell products on TikTok, and here's how it looks. Once a creator is authorized by a merchant to sell a product, they can create short videos, they can do live content on their own creator's page. So while many brands and sellers focus on building their own page and their own social profile, creators become this amplifier that syndicates the shoppable content in the most authentic way. Not only does the content show up as part of the creator's showcase, if you click that creator's profile, you'll see a shop or a showcase in their profile. You'll also find them integrated into the shop tab, and they can be boosted with ads provided the right permissions are in place. So just to give you a quick visual on this, brands can find eligible creators in our TikTok Shop Affiliate Center. Now, for those of you who work with us on the ad side, keep in mind this is different from our advertising portals, including the TikTok Creative Exchange and our new TikTok One. This brings us to the opportunity for partners today on the shop side of the business. There's a great need to help creators and sellers create and promote shoppable content. Alana, do you want to speak to some of this?
Sure. So with all of the partners that my team works with today, we see this happen all the time, where there's a really big need for brands and creators to be served to get help with a new platform like TikTok Shop. I'll run through these, and I'm sure many of you on the call will resonate, especially if you're already a TikTok Shop partner. But pairing affiliate creators with brands, not every affiliate is going to be the best fit for brands. So it's really finding that best fit and best monetary fit for the creator as well. It's definitely a two-way street and must be mutually beneficial for both the brand and the creator to create great shoppable content. Managing and communicating with affiliate creators. This could be a partner's full-time job. There's so many creators that need to be communicated with on a daily basis with different brand deals, understanding when they're going to get samples. All of that could both be humans and technology really creating those amazing relationships and long-lasting conversion-driving content deals. Support sellers with the creation of shoppable videos and going live. This is a huge need across our seller community. Since this is the first content-driven commerce platform, content is needed at scale, and partners are going to be needed to create that content at scale in order for sellers to operate efficiently. Helping sellers advertise or boost shoppable content. Exactly what JP said earlier, putting ad spend behind the best performing creatives in order to get them to a point of potential virality. And lastly, test, measure, and optimize and grow that shoppable content. We're in a phase of really growing what social commerce means. So testing all different types of content, whether it's call to actions that are different content styles, really finding what your shoppable consumer understands on our platform, which may look a little different than typical awareness or upper funnel content.
just chiming in here, a little bit of how this shows up. We hear it every day from creators and sellers. If it's a seller going into the affiliate center, sometimes the quotes we've heard is it feels very transactional. How do I know which creators are the best fit? How much commission should I offer? Some of the creators are waking up with hundreds of emails and messages. We know that many of you already have networks and relationships, and there's an opportunity for you to help optimize this experience. And we're excited to talk to you about how we can do that together going forward. Okay, so going back to what we shared earlier, at a high level, there are two key ways partners can help. You can either offer a professional service or build a technology, or you can do both. And we're already seeing many partners who are starting to do just this. They start off offering a professional service. They're manually going into Seller Center or into our Partner Center, which we'll speak to here in a moment. And they're realizing that that operation doesn't scale. And so we speak to you and we find out that there's an opportunity to open APIs in order to scale that operation. And then they introduce an app or an application that helps to scale many of those operations. So the first step to getting started as a partner is signing up to the TikTok Shop Partner Center. You will need an account whether you are offering a service or building an app. And we'll add a link to this here or after the presentation. Alana, do you want to get into some of the details here?
Definitely. So the way that our service providers help sellers run their affiliate campaigns effectively is by binding to the sellers that they work with for the correct services. And we have that in a very detailed format based on services like shop management, affiliate management, etc. You then are able to use a seller-centered delegation mode within Partner Center. And this is game changer for service providers who are managing several different shops at once. You don't have to toggle between a million different Chrome tabs. You could manage your clients all in one central place. And then you get to collaborate with creators directly through our affiliate center, which we spoke through before. And you could help drive via affiliate campaigns or even off-platform engagement directly with the creator communities that some of you have built. Lastly, you monetize as usual off-platform, as you do for any other client platform relationship you work with already. And next, when we look at how affiliate campaigns are driven, we have a whole other layer to this where you could engage as a brand or with your creators to enroll in affiliate campaigns directly in Seller Center. This is a central campaign link where you could, let's say you have a brand new arrival campaign for a new product. You could create an affiliate campaign, set a commission, and creators and affiliate agencies could opt in. It's that simple through one simple link, which we call our TAP or TikTok Affiliate Partners.
Perfect. Thanks, Alana. And I'll just double down on that. I think when we get into some of the details, sometimes it can feel overwhelming. But when you think about how you're already running affiliate campaigns off TikTok, oftentimes you're just utilizing a link. This is an ability for you as an agency to create a link that ties you to a pool or one product where creators can promote those products, and you, in this instance, are able to monetize through a payout from TikTok. So where on the TSP side in the last slide, the monetization occurs outside of TikTok with you directly with the brands. When you're creating a TAP campaign, you are part of the commission where you're setting a rate for your own agency as well as a rate for creators and helping in that pairing process between sellers and creators. Now on the technology side of things, you go through the process of getting certified for a given app category, and that gets you access to our APIs. Once you build a product, you have an environment to test it in. We test it and we make it available for sellers to install and authorize the sharing of data. So, for example, if you have an idea for an app that helps with the messaging between creators and sellers for samples or for affiliate campaigns, our affiliate APIs now do enable that, and we have a number of apps who have come on board and have built to our V1 APIs to help in scaling that operation. Apps and integrations really help to drive scale, as I mentioned earlier, and our APIs are really only in their infancy. And that's specific to the topic we're doubling down on here today, which is the affiliate side of things. So this is just the beginning for us in these categories of affiliate and shoppable video, much like the process we went through for opening up the APIs to build to those core operations in the first year when we were connecting with Shopify. We needed the catalog to come out and the orders to go in, or customer service with Zendesk. If a customer had a question within about their order, instead of that seller going into Seller Center to answer that question, the integrations and the APIs that we've opened up enable them to respond to those messages in Zendesk, where they already manage their customer service. Or Yotpo, if a brand has reviews from their direct-to-consumer website, these integrations allow for the syndication of those reviews to come into TikTok to enrich the PDP page and increase their conversion. So we want to talk to you about what is needed to help scale on the affiliate side of things. While merchants and partners can and will operate their business in TikTok Shop, Seller Center, and our affiliate platform, we understand that many of these operations exist outside of TikTok. We know that many of you have incredible networks of creators and platforms where the brokerage of these relationships and the creation of content occur. We want to speak with you and determine how can we enable you to retain that source of work and programmatically sync things like a target collaboration or an open collaboration in our TikTok Affiliate Center. Okay, so we've effectively gotten to this point in the presentation without using too many of our three-letter acronyms. For those who are familiar, you know we have a knack for three-letter acronyms, and we do have distinct partner programs. And so we do want to outline those for you. This is the exciting part of where the journey starts and grows. And we're starting to see many of the partners wear multiple hats. So we'll highlight, Alana, if you want to highlight the various partner types, sure. And how we can help guide you to the best partner type that you may be.
Of course, thanks, JP. So developer, or what we call ISV, independent software vendor, they build apps. So if you think about our all the different integrations and APIs that we have opened and will be opening in the future, you could build towards those APIs and integrate directly. TSP, which stands for TikTok Shop Partner, a service provider, they service brands. Think your typical agency that may be the AOR for Fortune 500 companies all the way to smaller organizations, helping merchants succeed on the platform. And lastly here, we have CAP, stands for Creator Agency Partner, or TAP, TikTok Affiliate Partner, where here they service creators. So examples of CAPs and TAPs are traditional talent management agencies where they are their client is the creator. So no matter what bucket you fit into, you could be all three, you could be one. And we are here to help take away those confusing barriers to entry, no matter what your background is and what you want to build towards. Okay, and so next we will go into the tools and benefits to becoming a TikTok Shop partner. And you could see here that this is really the why behind it. Obviously, TikTok is a growing platform. Shop is, surpassing milestones we never expected to achieve. But numbers aside, there's a lot of other benefits here that I want to go through in order to really understand how this could be beneficial to each of your different kinds of businesses based on your background. Number one here is get discovered by merchants. Every single partner, no matter your background, is going to look for new business, growth in business, new clients. And no matter your background, we will give you the ability to enter all the different directories, and I'll show some visuals in a few slides, but sellers will be able to find you directly once you build towards our programs. Access to TikTok's e-commerce features and partner resources. Once you become a TikTok Shop partner, you will have endless access to resources to really help you grow out this new business line. We know that we're a pioneer in social commerce, and many partners have not yet really been able to understand what are the best practices. How can we combine a content-focused business with a commerce-focused business? We give a lot of those tools in order to be able to help guide you through creating this in-house. Thirdly, partner center access. I spoke about this earlier, but being able to access all your clients and sellers in one place and be able to analyze that data at both an aggregated for your entire partner business as well as the individual seller or creator data is crucial to be able to succeed for your clients. And lastly, platform endorsement. Obviously, our top partners get a ton of benefits here, but they get featured in co-published case studies as well as collateral on social platforms like LinkedIn to really showcase their expertise and success stories on TikTok Shop so far. And here you could see that our top brands are already not only on TikTok Shop, but also working with our top partners as well. So we have mostly some of our larger global key account merchants here, but I also want to point out that we have some great success stories from socially native and digitally native brands as well. So no matter your size, TikTok Shop is really a platform for you and could be adapted in different ways based on your size, maturity, and product market fit. And so how brands could really find apps and services in the portal. So like we mentioned earlier, this is a great marketing opportunity for partners who want to gain new business. If you go directly in Seller Center and to apps and services on the left-hand side, you will see here that we have an app store, and it's our directory to be able to see all the different software providers and service providers based on what service they offer directly for merchants. This will allow partners to directly be reached out to by sellers through this portal. And secondly, we have a partner center. In Partner Center will be another directory where sellers will have the ability to reach out to partners and see exactly what they offer for them.
Sorry for skipping there. I was just highlighting.
No worries.
You had called out the App Store within Seller Center, and
Correct.
wanted to just highlight here that we also have a public app store as well as service marketplace where these same partners can be discovered without actually having to log into our Seller Center. So it's exposure both where the sellers are operating and doing their work in Seller Center, as well as exposure for anyone who is searching in the open web.
Great call out, JP.
Perfect. All right, we're bringing it home here. I guess this is the last side where
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I could just close it out. So all of that to say, I think just to wrap that up, we've covered, the importance of what we did year one and all about the basics and the foundations of getting our partners who could really help brands successfully launch on the platform. We spoke about the importance of our affiliate business and the difference of how our platform is really driven by content, and how the future is all going to be about how content and amplification will drive incremental GMV for sellers on the platform. So with that, we will need a variety of partners of all different shapes and sizes, backgrounds, to come within our partner program. And we would love everyone here to really enjoy the benefits of TikTok Shop and how commerce is really frictionless in our native checkout system. So with that, we'll close it out and let everyone know that we'll be at Shop Talk next week. If you will be there as well, please scan our QR code to meet us in person and come to our agency and partner mixer. Thanks. And I think we will have a significant amount of time for Q&A now.
Perfect. Thanks, Alana. Thanks for closing that out. And just to double down on what you're saying, as we've talked about, now we have brands, we have sellers in the platform who are connected. Now is the opportunity to help them grow in the same way that they needed help growing in the early days of our advertising business. And so we want to speak with you. So we will be at Shop Talk next week. You've got our booth number there. Feel free to message us directly. We will have a mixer that will require an invitation, so you can go ahead and request there as we have limited capacity. And if you're not going to Shop Talk, we do want to hear from you. So we will provide a link for how you can sign up to speak with us, because we are at this stage where we want to hear from you. While we have a lot of these operations that do happen in Seller Center and in our TikTok Shop affiliate center, we're looking to adapt those in ways that meet you where you're already managing many of those interactions. And as I said, whether that's opening new APIs or thinking differently about how we're facilitating these transactions. Let's talk, because it's day one for building the affiliate and the content side of our business. All right. So in terms of questions, let's see, what do we have here? Vincent or Greg, feel free to come in and let us know if there's some key questions that we want to respond to.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the ones that'll be great to recap for everyone with the various partner programs is, are there any fees associated with being listed in the directories, whether that TSP portal that's been discussed or the App Store?
No, on the service provider side, there is not any fees. There are no platform fees. We just have requirements, which if you scan our QR code, we could tell you about. But no, there are no fees on our side.
Correct. Yeah, and there are no fees for listing your app. Any monetization that occurs for your SaaS application is directly between you and the seller. Good question.
Really
good great question.
You kind of lightly touched on this one with the Shop Talk event, but some people have been asking if they're seeking onboarding help in person. What would you say to that, JP?
Oh, yes. I love this question. Yeah, we acknowledge that we try to avoid too many of the acronyms as we went through this presentation, but eventually when you do onboard, you will need to navigate our system, which encompasses various partner types. And I'm excited that we do have people who are dedicated to be able to help you move through that onboarding. Many of you have met or interacted with Greg Mollison on my team, who manages our Discord community. And in the same way, he's really doubling down on helping brands, agencies on board. And it starts, though, with really understanding what solutions are you looking to provide, or what problems are you looking to solve. If you can try and, if any of what we went through here resonated and you said, I want to create a tap campaign, I want to generate one of those links, then we'll guide you down the partner road so that you can have access to those capabilities. If you say, you know what, I might also want to offer services, then you can select that as part of your onboarding, but you will need to go through an application. You will need to be reviewed. And if you want to build an app or technology, there's nothing that stops you from coming in and accessing our APIs, knowing that no data is actually exchanged until you have a seller who has authorized that. And that occurs only if your app is public, or if you keep your app as custom and do a direct authorization with a seller offline? Another good question. And if there's anything you wanted to add to that, Vincent or Greg, please feel free.
Yeah, I think before diving into that, Alana, for the TSP side, Brian already helped step in and said that if you
Sorry.
guys, no, you're good. You're good. If you guys apply to be a TSP, once the application's received, they do reach out to schedule like an in-person onboarding call if everything works out. So that'll be on the service side of the house, just to finish that out.
Yes, exactly. Thanks, Vincent.
Of course, of course. A similar question as we chat with that, and again, I think there might be some variances even within each partner program. What's the lead time for onboarding into these partner programs? And JP, maybe we'll start with you and then again punt to Alana.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So the lead time, how much time does it take to onboard as a partner? Mm-hmm. Candidly, you can do it right after this call, and it could take you minutes. The answer to how long does it take from onboarding in Partner Center to having a service or an application available to sellers? Well, it depends. If you're building an application, typically these things are going to take weeks and more likely months. We do have different playbooks that exist for some of those core categories. If you're a connector app and you're building to Shopify, then we have something that's called an app requirement document, which takes you through all of the different use cases that are required in order to sync a catalog or orders or returns and whatnot. Now, those are a little bit more sort of mature. And so while we have ARDs for those, it might take a couple of months for you to build something. And at that point, we would review it. So in terms of building to an existing category, it probably, building an app to an existing category, it probably takes a few months. In terms of building out a tap campaign, I can speak to that. That's something that you can do pretty quickly. And I'll pass it to Alana to expand on that, as well as TSPs, but I've seen people generate tap campaigns in only a few days. Alana, feel free to add.
Yeah, it definitely depends on what you have existing within your service scope. If you have a wide access to creators, it is going to be much easier for you to create a tap campaign with the creators that you work with already. If you want to be a service provider, a TSP, traditional agency, just to remind everyone, you have to think, where does social commerce fit within my organization? Does it fit as a new business line, or do we already have a TikTok team that we could integrate this into? Depending on your knowledge of TikTok Shop, my team works directly with you to help build that out to make sure that your services are valuable to your clients. So to JP's point, could be as quick or as slow, depending on how much knowledge and investment you have in TikTok Shop.
And I'll double down on one thing you just said there, Alana, that I really liked is if you're considering adding a business line, hopefully you picked up in today's presentation, this idea of commerce everywhere, TikTok's commerce everywhere strategy, and this notion of thinking about commerce everywhere, where many of you are already offering solutions to brands and helping them drive shopping offline to their retail store, retail media. And we think that's great. And we want you to continue to do that. TikTok Shop becomes that bottom funnel performance component of your strategy that you're bringing to those same clients. So not only are you working with them to drive advertising for an offsite experience, but you're able to drive them, if they're connected to TikTok Shop, for incremental in-app transactions and capture that full funnel.
Perfect. Thank you both. One question that came in, and this one I'm going to point to JP. Someone asked, are you able to integrate TikTok Shop with influencer ads, specifically, or i.e., an ad coming from the influencer's handle?
I
have to think about that one. So
I could take that.
Go for it.
Oh, Alana, sorry, I'm pointing to the wrong person. Alana,
okay.
Let us know.
No worries. The answer is yes, you could definitely run ads from a creator's handle. that creator has to opt into ads in order to be able to do that. And you could actually set a different commission rate for an ad versus organic transaction through the affiliate center. In terms of integration piece, that's definitely the JP question, if that could be done through software, but it can be done on our platform today through video shopping ads. And that could be done through our AI tool, GMV Max, as well as our traditional core shopping ads like video shopping ads.
Perfectly said. And I think in terms of integration, really what I would say is I think that's the perfect jumping off point where we should set up that in-person meeting or a virtual meeting, right, to have those conversations and look at what is possible. So what we'll do, Greg, if it's possible, if you can drop that intake form once more for those that might have missed it, let's get people's information, schedule some meetings, and start to push this further. Just because, again, we know that Alana and JP have done a great job of laying the land of TikTok Shop and our partner opportunities, but I think there's a lot of nuance to discuss, and we'd love to look at what are your specific needs and goals and match those up.
Good call.
With that, that's really all the questions that we have in there. Please, if there's any last minute questions, please drop it in so we can answer it. Otherwise, as I look to Alana, JP, or Greg himself, any last words you'd love to say for our attendees?
Bring us home, Alana.
Sure. I just want to say there's a lot of familiar names here, so thank you so much for joining. And please don't be a stranger. We are very invested in building out our partner program. So again, we've seen at this point hundreds of partners succeed, and there's never enough business for anyone to be left behind. So thanks again.
Absolutely.
At Shop Talk, booth 1862, I think perfect time to connect in person. Swing by if you can't find time to schedule a meeting. Meet the team in person. We'll have a lot of boots on the ground. But with that, I think we'd just like to say thank you everyone for joining us, and we look forward to chatting further with everyone.
Perfect. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. And the recording for this session, if you missed the beginning of it, will be available on the Splash landing page. I'll get that up and running by the end of the day. So you'll be able to tune back into the beginning if you missed the beginning. But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.